Welcome to the City of Bakersfield Planning Commission meeting. This television broadcast is brought to you by the local cable companies, the County of Kern, and the City of Bakersfield. You can watch the rebroadcast of this meeting Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 10 a.m. The agenda for this meeting can be downloaded at www.bakersfieldcity.us. Presiding over this evening's meeting, Chair Zach Bashir-Tosh.
Good evening and welcome to, it is my pleasure to call to order the November 2nd, 2023 Planning Commission meeting. I would like to apologize for being a few minutes tardy. Your time is valuable to us. And with that being said, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Chair Bashir-Tosh.
Here.
Vice Chair Cater. Commissioner Biddle.
Here.
Commissioner Kaur.
Here.
Commissioner Coleman. Commissioner Neal.
Here.
Agenda item 2, Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much for attending tonight's Planning Commission meeting. The Commission provides an opportunity for public participation in the development process throughout the City of Bakersfield. The Planning Commission considers a wide variety of projects including subdivision maps, zone changes, general plan amendments, and more. When applications are received, the City Planning Division analyzes the request. Planning staff will present the facts about the project along with a recommendation to the Planning Commission, who will approve the item or make a recommendation as appropriate. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 3A, Public Statements.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address the Commission regarding items listed on tonight's agenda? If you are here for consent public hearing items 5A through 5C, now is not the time to speak. You will be given an opportunity to speak at a later time.
Non-agenda item 3B, Public Statements.
Does anyone in the audience wish to address the Commission regarding items not listed on tonight's agenda? If so, please come forward to the microphone and state your name. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 4, Consent Calendar Items.
Okay. All matters listed under the consent items do not require a public hearing and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of said items unless staff or Commissioner requests specific items be discussed and or removed for separate action. May I get a motion approving consent items 4A?
Make a motion.
Commissioner Neal, thank you.
I'll second that.
Commissioner Biddle, thank you. Commissioners, cast your votes.
Motion passes with Commissioner Coleman and Vice Chair Cater absent.
Thank you. And may I get a motion approving consent item 4B?
I make a motion.
Thank you, Commissioner Neal.
I can second that.
Thank you, Commissioner Biddle. Commissioners, please cast your votes.
Madam Clerk.
Can we have a roll or a reset? Thank you.
And just to clarify, Commissioner Kaur, did you vote yes on item 4A? No. You abstained? Okay, so you abstained. Okay.
But it didn't show up
That's fine.
It's still not showing up.
Can we do a roll
voice
call?
vote? Yeah, hers is not showing up. We can just do a,
Well, I'll have to abstain from October 19th anyways, I think. I wasn't here on October 19th, but I was,
it went away. That's okay. We can do a voice, huh?
Just to clarify, though, as long as you reviewed the minutes, you can still vote. But if
Okay.
you choose not to, you can abstain.
okay.
Chair Bashir Tosh,
Yes.
Commissioner Biddle,
Yes.
Commissioner Core,
Yes.
Commissioner Neal.
Yes.
Motion passes with Commissioner Coman and Vice Chair Cater absent.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 5, consent public hearings.
Okay, now is the time for consent public hearing items. If the item is not removed by a commissioner, staff, or a member of the public, the commission will vote on all items in one motion without further comment. If an item is removed, it will be placed at the end of the non-consent public hearing items. At this time, I will now open all of the consent public hearing items. Does any member of the public wish to remove a consent public hearing item from the agenda? Does any commissioner or staff wish to remove a consent public hearing item?
I'd just like to note that item 5B is a continuance, so your yes vote on that would be to continue it to November 16th.
Seeing none at this time, the consent public hearing items not removed are now closed. May I get a motion to adopt staff's recommendation on the consent public hearing items not removed, incorporating all staff memoranda and revised staff recommendations?
So move.
Commissioner Neal, thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Commissioner Carr, thank you so much. And Ms. Carr.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, who seconded?
Commissioner Carr.
Thank you.
Oh, and now it showed up, so we can vote. All right, commissioners, cast your votes, please. Thank you, tech support, wherever you are. It's good.
Motion passes to approve item 5A, 5B, and 5C with Vice Chair Cater and Commissioner Coman absent.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 6, there are no non-consent public hearing items.
Thank you. And the next item, please.
Agenda item 7, communications.
Mr. Johnson, will you please provide us with communication items?
There will be a meeting November 16th. But more importantly, I want to give just a quick presentation here. In the planning career field, retaining young planners is a challenge. A couple years is usually considered pretty well. So when Commissioner Biddle sent me this drawing from an individual locally, I knew exactly what it was, and I'm like, this person has some talent. Thank goodness Vice Chair Cater isn't here. Being an engineer, he'd probably say, well, what about this line? It's a little bit off. It's a little bit off. But I understood what it was, so I asked Commissioner Biddle to schedule a meeting so I could meet this individual and talk about maybe a job. But there are child labor laws, so I would like to bring up, if I could, young Gentry. He is a 5th grader, 11 years old, OLPH, and he drew those plans. He was kind enough to provide those to me. I gave those to a senior staff planner who then added some visual clues to this to make it a little not easy to understand, but kind of bring some color and depth to it. And that'll be the first time that Gentry has seen this also. So this project site is located really downtown, where 23rd and 24th Street split. Really between C Street and F Street. It's 3 blocks right there that you see. And I did meet with Gentry and his father for quite a long time, and it was a great discussion. So we talked about some of the challenges that it would be to develop this area, but you know, it's the vision for the downtown. So my planner then overlaid his plans onto the aerial, which lines up pretty well. We then, again, added some visual context to that, removed the plans, and then this is what we get. So he kind of envisioned there's some access points to the site. Those would be lined with trees. The parking area would have a lot of shade coverage, and it wouldn't be a large parking area because a lot of this is it's not necessarily a destination area, but more for the 10,000 folks downtown that the city council sees as a goal. So it would be a lot of walkability to this area. You would have some pedestrian bridges that go across the road, something kind of unique, and this would be wide. It would allow for people just to walk or to run or potentially bicycle, and that would provide for a half-mile around the perimeter, so it would provide for a half-mile distance. One corner of the site on the east, you could have like a picnic area with some gazebos or barbecues. Another area, you could have a tot lot or just a playground area. And as we move further down this area in here, this little loop, he envisioned either some food vending, like sidewalk vendors, or some food trucks. So that way we would offer some food in there. This would be kind of like a lifestyle fitness center where you could potentially even have a swimming pool along with the gym, maybe a spa, some yoga, or whatever else is the phase or craze. Some basketball courts. And then as you cross the road, you would have some tennis courts. Pickleball, because everybody loves pickleball. And this would be, obviously you can't get a full-size field in here, so this would be a smaller design. It would double for flag football, which is going to be an Olympic sport, so we need to train our next Olympian here in Bakersfield, along with soccer. And then the centerpiece of this would be like a canal, something you may see like in the San Antonio Riverwalk area where you could just reside, or not reside, but you could recreate along the side. You could feed the ducks, which is illegal. And then that would all be capped off with some type of like a large fountain or maybe something else, whether it's the Bakersfield Christmas tree that's lit up, something that could go in the middle. So that's how we take, and it's his vision, it's how we take this area here, turn it into a nice park area. And again, that's his plans. And that's how we get this vision of a fifth grader to renovate the downtown area or revitalize the downtown area. I'd like to turn it over to Gentry.
Thank you.
Whatever you'd like to say. Ken, you may ask him questions. I'm sure he's willing. I asked him quite a few questions, and he knew those answers. I would also note that he's also looked at a lot of transportation corridors around town and has ideas for that, so we may end up turning him over to Public Works at some point in time to present to them.
Hopefully Andre Gonzalez is watching this somewhere, wherever he is.
I do. Gentry, what made you want to make this area more walkable? What brought this about?
I would say that because in Riviera, Westchester, there isn't really much parking. There's not like parks in there. And also, if we're trying to get like 10,000 people inside of Bakersfield, the downtown area, if I was part of this, I'd probably build this.
Well, as a business owner on F Street, I would love to see more people walking on my street. So these kind of ideas, when I saw your mom's post and what you put out there, it really encouraged me that we have faith in our next generation of coming up with creative new ideas to make our community more walkable, more livable, and the wonderful place that we love. So thank you, Gentry, and I hope to see you as a planner or as an architect, something in the future, and I hope you stay here locally.
Thank you.
Commissioner Carr?
I just want to give you a compliment. It's amazing to see what you have built out there. We need more kids like you in our public schools who is already thinking about their city, who are thinking what we could do to make our city better. So just a round of applause for him.
Thank you.
Commissioner Neal?
Hi, Gentry.
Hi.
Hi to his parents. I have a little boy myself, and I'm just I'm just floored. This is absolutely amazing that you spend your time thinking about how to improve your city. I think that's fabulous. And we all love Bakersfield very much. And the city, I'm sorry, because this is beautiful.
Thank you.
The way that you envision our city is what I've seen in other places. And we need people like you that think differently to help us to visualize what is possible for our city. So this is amazing. Keep drawing, keep thinking, keep planning, keep being innovative, and bring all of this back to our city. This is fabulous. Thank you so much.
You know, something that happens as you get older is, our dreams and ambitions start to fade. Reality of life and bills and all the problems start to squash our dreams out, and we forget about the hope that we used to have in things and wanting to be a part. And I would encourage you, this is a beautiful concept, and I think if you stay committed and true to your dreams, don't let the world come and try and take them away from you. Work harder. Things like this will get done. So I'm proud of you. I just want you to know I'm proud of you for taking the initiative to put something like this together. And don't let this world take your dreams and hopes and ambitions away. Stay true to who you are, and you're going to make a big difference in this community, hopefully, in the world.
Thank you.
And good job, parents.
Come,
Yeah, it's impressive.
go over some more plans. So again, I guess my last comment would be is that we do have a meeting in 2 weeks, November 16th.
Mr. Johnson, thank you for doing that. Yeah.
My pleasure.
Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 8, commission comments.
Does any commissioner have any comments at this time?
I would. Director Johnson, thank you so much. I kind of sent it as somewhat as a joke about staffing issues and finding people. I know that everybody in the industry, in every industry, is having problems finding people, and to see someone at such a young age enthusiastic gives me hope that we do have a bright future here in Bakersfield, and have leadership like yours to take the ball and turn it into a project. I never could have dreamed that for Gentry. So thank you for bringing it to our eyes that every comment that's made, no matter how old you are, what industry you're in, the city is listening when you have ideas or input on how our city runs or what can be done. So I encourage everybody to not only show up to planning commission meetings, but your city council meetings, and you'd be surprised how much they listen. So thank you so much for this today.
And Gentry, I don't know if they told you or not, but this is on TV as well and on YouTube, so you can go and save this video for the rest of your life. And when you get famous one day, you can tell people you started here in Bakersfield with your plan. So
Yeah, and that you made one of the commissioners tear up on public television. All right.
Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Agenda item 9, adjournment.
This meeting is officially adjourned at 5:50, November 2nd, 2023. Thank you so much for coming.